hard to put into words the energy and the excitement and the accomplishments that Choco had and the impact she had in San Antonio and in Texas and really throughout the country. I was so lucky to be her friend for almost 40 years, and she always held families and people at her number one place in her heart. Her family and her granddaughter Emma being the number one space, but Choco had this sense of social justice. We had a common bond. Our families are both from Maverick County. We're Eagle Pass, and understand the resiliency and the entrepreneurship that comes with La Frontera, you know, having family that comes from Mexico and being Tejanos. She understood that. She was very quick to grasp the intellectual arguments on civil rights. She was always the protester and really was the benefit of the learning of great education and people like Willie Velasquez, and of course she loved Henry Cisneros and helped him. But what I remember most about Choco is that nothing was impossible. That if we had some sort of problem in the community, her idea was to gather people together, get input, bring everybody together, see what resources you had, and then try to tackle it. And then if it was insurmountable or seemed insurmountable, you could always protest and change the policymakers. She never gave up, and she even never gave up on people, even on folks that I thought she should just leave by the wayside.
Well, mostly I just miss Choco so much. She was such a hard-working advocate for the West Side, for poor people in this city and all over the state. She had a long legacy of work with community members, but mostly she never tired. And that's one thing that I think we have to learn from Choco, is that she never gave up in her hope to see a prosperous community, especially on the West Side, but for Latinos everywhere and for women everywhere. There has never been anybody like her, and I believe that there never will be, and she's greatly missed in this community.
I started as an executive stenographer for the electronics department for 12 engineers. The day that they were going to be discussing Kelly, I took the day off. I went home. I wanted to listen close, hear what they had to say and what bases were going to go away. And the commission came back saying we decided to close Kelly Air Force Base, realign it, and my jaw dropped. Our futures, we had no idea where we were going, what we were going to do. I got this job thinking I'll be secure for the rest of my life. I'll have benefits, you know, I'll have a retirement, and it's gone. We cried on each other's shoulders. And then we decided to fight. At the time, they had contracted EG&G to handle the redevelopment of Kelly Air Force Base. And I was offered a job with them. And I was ecstatic, frightened because I'm leaving the security of civil service, going into the private sector, but I needed a job. So I went ahead and took it. Kelly USA, after the 6th year, decided they didn't want to do that anymore. They wanted to take everything in-house. So there I am again panicking 6 years later, like, oh my God, I don't have a job again. I'm out in the street. And fortunately for me, Gala USA offered me a job. And so I went ahead with them. I have been with Port San Antonio, it's now Port San Antonio. Since then, I've got a very secure job. I'm happy with what I do. I'm very proud to be part of the teams that made what has happened at Kelly today. And there's so much more that can happen here at Port San Antonio that I'm glad to be part of the whole change.
The BRAC decision was really interesting in 1995. I remember, of course, being a council member at that time, and we felt it was going to be an uphill battle. I remember going to Washington. I remember having a lot of conversations. Our meetings with President Clinton were extremely productive. He allowed us to transition to be able to set the groundwork for where we are today. What we see is the opportunity to recreate, once again, helping the middle class of San Antonio. It comes down to very simple things: jobs. We have to create that economic development opportunity for businesses to come here. When we do our job right, and that is help facilitate more creation of jobs, we will see an increase, and we will see the same spirit that was originally brought back then of job creation and job opportunities and people's opportunity to grow their families.
It's wonderful to see what can happen here. There's so much open space. We can do so much building. It's a great place to be. This is the place to be because there's a huge future here, and the impact on San Antonio will be phenomenal.
A little bit. Here was Hopkins down there returning the favor with great hustle defense. Here's Lincoln, 25 seconds. Hopkins on the way. Yes, sir. Brian Hopkins knocks down the three. We're square at 48. Long baseball pass. Joseph Martinez, right-hand runner. And listen to this crowd.
Heads-up play by Josh Martinez, no question.
With 8 seconds remaining, a 2-point lead. Here's Atkins, shoots for three. No. Rebound, Lincoln out of bounds with 2.6 remaining. Slaps leather.
Going away.
And it's knocked out of bounds. 1.5 seconds left. That's good hustle defense by Charles Perez. Burn a second off, throw it in from deep in the corner on the sideline. Langram to Hopkins, baseline, jump shot, no, winner, Lanier, 50-48 the final. Boy, they are bounding for joy, the folks of San Antonio Lanier High School. And that is a disappointed bunch of Tigers down from Dallas Lincoln.
They got the ball in the hands of the person they wanted, Brian Hopkins, but he did not really have a good
I tell you what, I reflect back on the 31 years that I spent here. It was an awesome time. I got a chance to coach at the place that my father graduated from, and all of my aunts and uncles came to, and so I really enjoyed the opportunity to come and getting a chance to contact with all the kids that have gone through the program over those years.
Man, that time was amazing. Being able to win that many games, to win 60 plus games in 2 years, it's fun. It was exciting, and to be able to go down to Austin and to compete in a venue, in an arena like the Frank Aaron Center, and to be able to play against guys like Chris Bosh and Kendrick Perkins, and to be able to beat Chris Bosh at the buzzer, it was a great feeling, and memories like that, last a lifetime.
Well, I think the community is a big part of the program and the school here, and it's evident at a lot of the events, not necessarily just athletic events, but all the events with the involvement of the community here, and I think that speaks volumes about this high school.
Coach Bernard, it's just a great person. Like I said, he believed in us before we believed in ourselves. And he believes in Lanier High School and the kids that come through Lanier High School. Some of these kids come through a tough background, a tough home, but he knows that if you stick to the plan and you have confidence in yourself, you can be successful no matter where you live.
Well, Grace is a very deserving person for this award, Person of the Year for the West Chamber. I have worked very closely with Grace when I first was trying to get my loan for my business. And Grace at the time was the manager for the branch on West Commerce, and she really walked me step by step through the process of getting my loan for my business. She helped me with the 504 construction loan through the SBA, and she really spent a lot of time with me. She and her team there that were helping to do commercial loans. She was extremely knowledgeable in her department, but more than anything else, she broke it down so that a layperson could understand, and she also really took the time to spend with me so that we could get the right product. So I think not only is Grace a wonderful business person, a great asset to Broadway Bank, but has also become a great friend.
Yeah, to have the opportunity to honor somebody like Grace Rodriguez Elliott, who has been such a solid force with the West San Antonio Chamber of Commerce in all that she does, both as one of our wonderful board members, our outgoing board chair, and what she does for us on a day-to-day basis as Broadway Bank, one of our bankers, is such a thrill, and we're so excited to be honoring somebody who has really meant a lot to this organization.
Well, the growth of the West Chamber has been wonderful. It's been really critical to my vision for our city, which is that every single part of town would be prosperous. And I know that Grace has played a critical role in rebuilding the West Chamber so that it can do the incredible work that it does now.
Grace, congratulations. It's a well-deserved award.
Grace, congratulations on being the West Chamber's Person of the Year.
Congratulations, Grace Rodriguez Elliott, Madam Chair, for being named the 2017 Charles Gonzalez Western Sector Person of the Year.